This is an outrage. Our city is teeming with thugs, and yet I'm the one locked up in a jail
Watch
cell.
out for your heart, Edward. You need to stay calm.
No, I'm sure that you wanted to make a good impression on Rebecca, but I doubt that taking her for a joyride in a stolen car was quite the way to do it.
I'd like to know who you're paying off to keep me in here.
Oh, he wouldn't do that, Edward.
Grandfather.
Except you're not her grandfather.
Look, why don't you leave? You're not needed here. In fact, as we speak, I'm sure that word has reached home and that our lawyers are working for our release. Oh, look. Here comes Lucky. So, what'd you find out? Did you talk to Tracy?
Yeah, the desk sergeant, she called your daughter to tell her what happened.
So, release us at once, all right?
Well, Tracy asked us to tell you that, and I quote, "Oh, goody, let them rot." I can have you out of here in 10 minutes.
Oh, I can't leave Edward here.
You know, Rebecca has been in this family for less than 24 hours, and she has already shown more loyalty than Tracy. Even as we speak, my sad excuse for a daughter has manipulated a corporate takeover before we've even had our daily serving of gruel here.
It's unfair. I mean, she's punishing you because she hates me.
Oh, don't you worry about that, dear. I'll get even with Tracy. I always do.
But this has happened before.
Oh, could I count the ways? Really, go ahead, take a good look at the loving family you just decided to move in with.
I hope you won't use this unfortunate incident as a way to woo her back to your gothic rock pile. Hey, remove this blackguard from my place at once.
Why, Nikolas hasn't broken any laws. And apparently neither of you.
Well, then, who do we thank for this outrage?
Your great-grandson.
Michael?
Yeah, there's an APB out on his car right now. Apparently he switched his place with yours, so he'd had enough time to get away.
He did? Oh, he did. Well, that kid is a true Quartermain through and through.
Yeah, and I wanted fugitive.
And I ask for a martini.
I hope you don't choke on the olive.
Why don't you save the scowl for the wrestling ring?
For your information, I've given up wrestling for now. I happen to be spending time writing my memoirs.
Oh, I can hardly wait.
Well, you're going to want to read chapter 10, 11, and 12, I'll tell you. And I can't wait for you to read chapter 14. Then we'll see who's laughing. You know, and you're going to be sorry when Mr. Q gets out of lockup.
Well, hopefully by then, Rebecca will have taught him what trailer trash truly looks like.
Have you even considered that you could be wrong about that girl?
Alice, I'm married to a con artist. I can smell a hustle at a mile. That girl reeks of it.
Thank you, Alice. Have you noticed how bitter Tracy has become since Luke left?
You know, I have. You'd think she'd be used to it by now.
Well, I think he's looking for greener pastures, and I can't blame him.
Oh. Now my day is truly complete. You went whining to a Cassadine to get yourself out of jail.
No, not at all, actually.
No, if you had done your daughterly duty, then...
Oh, actually, I'd like to thank Tracy for not bailing us out. I mean, the extra time just gave Edward and I a real chance to bond. How can I ever thank you?
I trust the con artist.
But you should have seen Rebecca. She was a rock. She's a real credit to this family.
Oh, just like the punk Michael.
Don't forget, Michael's mother's a Spencer, just like your husband.
You know, that's a good point. You should be nicer to that kid for Mr. Luke's sake.
He is a true Quartermain if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, he was raised by a Corinthos.
Welcome to the family. Hope you can handle it.
If you can't, you know where the door is.
Okay, great. I know that you're really enjoying this cute little reunion over here, but could I tempt you to go out with me for a little while?
Absolutely not.
I'd love to.
Oh! Cassadine's 1-0.
Oh, yes, I am starving! Yum. Hey, you're not still mad at Spinelli, are you?
Where the heck is everybody?
I know. Oh my gosh, you know what I'm thinking? If Maxie actually accepts his proposal, I bet you he's gonna ask you to be his best man. That's funny.
You missed some right there.
Oh my God, they're gonna move into that hideous pink room. I bet
You know what? Don't even joke about
Oh,
that.
come on. Where's your sense of romance, really? I get it.
No. That's right.
Jason will find Michael and bring him home.
Then what? A daughter I barely know and a son I keep hurting? All right, Sonny. Let's just get him home and we'll worry about the rest then, okay?
Michael is one of the greatest gifts of my life, thanks to you. Why was I so quick to blast him?
He'll be back, okay? He will be back, and we'll get him through this together. But let's not forget that Michael's made some mistakes here.
Mm-hmm.
He was angry behind the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
He was speeding, and he had a near collision. It wasn't Claudia, but it was someone.
Babe, if what you're saying is true, and we prove it, how do we reach Michael to tell him? He's out there with Christina, running around for no reason at all. What if something happens to them before we bring them home?
Got it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Uncle Rudy. I'm trying. I am. I know, and I will have justice for my baby. That's why I called you right away. Grazie. Prego. I bet you're surprised to hear from me. Well, don't forget I have powerful friends and relatives. I'm sure you've been keeping tabs. The baby is, no, not fine. The baby is no more because Michael Grenthos got behind the wheel of a car and drove me into a ditch. I don't know how he feels about it because he's run away. You know what that's like, don't you, Jerry?
And why go to all the trouble of finding me to give me this update?
I want you to find Michael.
And tell me, darling, what am I supposed to do with my step-nephew when I find him?
Bring him to me.
Hey, Dale. What have we got?
Well, we went over the other hybrid, and it's clean. But this one, there's a small scrape at the back of the bumper, which is concurrent with a brush against another car. Right there. We pulled the paint chip for the lab. It looks like the same color match for the car that Claudia Corinthos was driving the night of the accident.
This car made contact with Claudia's?
Well, it made contact with some other vehicle.
Thanks. Why don't you put a rush on the analysis of that paint chip?
Mm-hmm.
So, which car were you driving that night, Alexis? You mentioned other people had access to your car. Viola? Who else?
It was me. Consider this a formal confession. I ran Claudia's car off the road.